Hello everybody, I'm here in my new workroom. I got the windows done, the doors done. Now it's trying to organize everything and I'm not anywhere near it. But we're here with a Janome and this woman had thought she could fix it, tore it completely apart. Even the thing that controls this part here that makes it zigzag, that came off. I mean, she had it. She said she didn't know what happened. She said, I took some parts off to see if she could figure out where the junk was at. She put it all back together. She thought she put it all back together, and things she could hear falling out inside here. So she proceeded to open it up and found all kinds of stuff not even hooked up. So I don't know what happened exactly, but from what she told me and what she did and could not figure how to get it back together, I told her, let me see what I can do. Okay, but this is a nice sewing machine after you get it all back together and everything. It's a model number, let me think here, it's a 311 LE sewing machine. I had contacted somebody in California and said, well, I have another one that's a little bit younger than this one. It looks a lot like it, but I'll give you the schematics on it. And I printed a few of them out. I'll show you what actually fell out. Let's see. This is the part here with your hand wheel. This is right here. Something inside there had fallen out. Took me a while to figure out how to put it all back together. So, because she said she couldn't get it back together. She said she didn't know what she was doing. And I said, it's okay, but if you left all the parts in there, we should be fine. And then, the one thing that she said she didn't have no idea how to fix, which is, this thing here. And it's actually the thing that controls the up and, or not the up and down, but the side to side. And I adjusted it, and now it's working pretty much fine. So I think it should be fine. I keep adjusting it, though, because I'm thinking, what am I doing wrong? And then it was other ones and how to put this whole thing back together, so which I took a while, because she literally popped the machine. I thank God she didn't break it, but the machine is, I had to pop it back together and put all the screws back in. One screw did not, I had one screw that was for the inside of the machine, and when I got down to it, the screw for this actual foot wasn't in there. So I don't know if she's lost it. So I gave her a flat one that fits perfectly in there, and it holds that foot where it needs to be holding it. That's the only thing is not original part. I think it's a Singer part. I didn't have that part that goes for this foot. So mine go to a different other feet, but not this one. I tried different ones and I thought, wonder if a Singer would work. So I took out the Singer box of screws and I start putting them in there, and that was the only one that would fit. So it's like, okay, so she got a Singer screw right there. I didn't charge her for the screw. I just said, now I'm going to charge her for that kind of stuff. But this one is a bottom feed, and it has a little compartment here that slides off like this. Okay, it has like a compartment there. And this is a bottom feed where it feeds from the bottom. This part here was all intact, and the feed dogs were intact. Everything in here looked fine. I didn't see no thing out of place or anything, so I was real excited about that. So that's a bottom feed. You can slide that baby back in there. I don't want to get the thread or the material caught, so it takes a few minutes to get it slid back in to make the kitty cat complete. Oh, there you go. There's the cat. This like literally has cats all over it. I've never seen a sewing machine. My daughter came in the room and said, and I didn't even notice it. And she says to Mom, did you notice it has all cats all over it? Oh, I never noticed that before. Because I was so busy trying to get the machine from the inside, put back together. Thread came out. Oh yeah, because I was cleaning it and I forgot to, put the thread back there. Okay, and so I kind of just got done hand washing it, so it looks a lot cleaner, because my hands were so greasy and everything that when I touched it, I kind of smudged it all over the place. I need to find the labels. I can't find my labels. I think they're in the other room, to put a label here saying when I cleaned it. Anyway, but I will put it here when I find them. And she's coming in about another hour, so I got to get this thing done. Anyway, I want to tell you a little more about the sewing machine. Other than it's a bottom feed, the reverse was working now. I couldn't get the reverse to work. I couldn't get the stitch indicator to work. I couldn't even get the length thingy would work, but then it would hop off the little thing inside. And I found out that was really loose, so I re-clamped that back down. And when I got it in there, I had to make sure it was not too tight, because then you can't turn them. And then I can't make it too loose, because then it would miss the stitching on this thing. So I had to adjust it until it came out right. adjusted this little section over here. Everything else about it was this part was all messed up here too. It had an issue with, you couldn't pop it out like this to disengage it so you can make a bobbin. And so and now see it works. It wasn't working before. I thought, oh crap, now we're gonna have to do an overhaul on this. So trying to make it so everything in it would work fine. Everything, the belt, the light, everything is fine. Everything works out great. The light's teensy weensy and only aims at this area here. It's not like one of those where you can see further out. Let's see, and all the other ones that I put all the screws and all the little covers back on, because these are all little screws. Actually, this is a place where you put oil at. But an oil here, but you don't need to do that because everything's been re-oiled, redone. Don't have to do anything with this machine for a long, long time. Anyway, but these are these nice little things that go up and down like this, and it has a really nice handle. And try to think of anything else. I got your reverse. This is your tension. Whenever you go to move your tension, you want this foot down, okay? Because if you don't move it, if you end up moving it with the foot up, you messed it up and then it won't set up right. So you want to make sure the foot is down, and then you can turn this. Okay, I have it on number 4 because I got a real thin cotton on it. And another thing, I don't know what else went wrong with it, or she jammed this in some way, but I talked to a tech and he said that you can't really move these ones because they don't make it so you can. I mean, you can move it like up and down or back, but you can't move it side to side. So you're no way to fixing it to side. He goes, no. He says, so whenever she gets to D, E, and F, she needs to make everything in a lower scale of stitching. And he said that most of the time you want that in a lower scale anyway. So if she goes up higher to like past 3 or 4, then it'll break right here on the side. And I have a clueless on how to adjust that. He said it had a lot to do with that weird finger thing, and I sent him a picture of how I got the finger thing back in there, and he said, you got it on there correctly, unless somehow she had damaged it when she was sewing on it. So I don't really know because I wasn't there when she was using it. So I put it all back together, and hopefully it'll stay together. And I tightened up places that are loose, way loose, and that don't need to be that loose, but just a little bit loose. This thing here was jammed. It took a while to unjam it. I thought maybe it was a spring issue, but no, the springs were all attached. I don't know what it was. And then, but you can do straight stitch and zigzag all the way up to here. And then I think C, can you do C? Yeah, I think you can still do C with the regular stitching here. But then when you get to D, E, and F, you got to stay small, really small, because if it goes too big, that foot, it hits that really close. Well, I don't know if you can see it right there, really close to that edge. It'll hit right there. But it's not really hurting the machine, but it does break your needle. So it's the only thing you got to remember. Don't do big stitches to do those stitches. Now, but if you do like, I did come back and I did, I think this stitch and this stitch on its lower scheme, and it didn't have a problem. And I don't know anything if this is going to have an issue with this. So I didn't even try that. I just too busy trying to get these things to work. And but other than that, it works pretty good. This is an older spool. Got to have a lot of these things. And you want to thread it from the back here, from old spools. New spools, you can go either way. New spools, you can't. See, this is an up and down one too. And then you go here, and you're going to hook it into there. It has little arrows. I don't know if you can see the arrows. And it goes down, and then when you get ready to put it through here, right now it's closed. You're not going to get it in there, okay? You have to lift your foot up. That opens the chamber. So that way when you put your thread in there, it'll go right into the chambers, the 2 symbols. Now you can see oil still on it. And here you see my fingers, lots of oil because it's dripping down through. And I was trying to release a whole bunch of uptake thread. I don't even know what happened to the thread. I must have thrown it away without thinking. And it goes down here and then up. And then the uptake usually is higher, but I have the needle down, so now it's down there. But you have to have it higher. Let me see if I can get it higher. Hold on here. Change arms. Let's see if I can get it to go higher. There's your uptake. Okay. Then you take your uptake. See, it has a little sloop in there. You go around this, and it will slide into there. If it's not in there, it won't sew, okay? It'll act really weird, and you'll think it's something that has to do with this, but it's not. It's really something in here. Nothing to do with your well, how it sews. It's just, if it's not pulling through, this is where it's at. Come back down here. Then you have a loop right here. So if you're doing, you can see that has two different ones. You can actually put 2 threads through if you want to. You can thread it on this side. When you're going to use this side, you can take the thread on here, right here, and do the same thing and follow through and go up in here and all that, and then thread here, and you can use a double needle. There's like a single hub and a double needle where you can have one goes this way and one goes this way and have a dual set. I don't know if that she has that or not, but you can actually use this as a double needle. And then when you're ready to sew, you want to put the foot down so you don't forget. A lot of people do, and then they can't figure out why is it not sewing correctly. Is because you don't have your foot down. To turn it on, we come around this way. There's a little button right here. We're going to turn this little guy on. See how that light is? And then you can see, you know, if you see your little hole there. See the little hole? And that white board in the back kind of helps you know where the thread goes through that hole, okay? So a lot of people don't know that. That's why, you know, when there's like a little flat edge right in there, that's the back. So that means the flat edge of the needle goes to the back, and then it goes in there and you thread it through here, okay? Now we have it all set on A, and we have it on number 3. That's basic sewing. 2 is fine. This is for, you know, a little bit of tiny teensy weeny sewing, like a Barbie dolls, making Barbie doll clothes. This is your mending stitch. The SS plus and minus is how do you get to these stitches down here, okay? This here, a lot of people ask me all the time, how do you get to these stitches? You move it to here, okay? And then it gives you, if you want more wider stitches, you stick it with the plus. If you want less and make it smaller, you want to do minus, okay? So if you're going to do any stitches over here, okay? That kind of helps you a little bit, I hope. Okay, so when you have your needle placement. Now everybody asks me all the time, is there a needle placement on here? Yes. If you go to A, it's supposed to be in the center. This is not in the center, okay? So that means something has jarred this, and he said that it might release on its own. So you're just going to have to keep using it until this will release, and it'll automatically go back over. And I have greased it, so it's trying to get it to release and go back. And it hasn't gone back yet. And then B will move the needle. So we'll see. I'm going to show you. I'm going to move the needle, and it's going to go straight stitch. And it will move the needle. Now that is actually still working. That is working. It's something with A. Whenever she was using A, she must have hit it or jarred it, or something inside here hit and jarred something and caused that needle to go further over. And it's supposed to be right here. So that one, the B, which is regular straight stitch, is in the right position. But the middle, where it's supposed to be in the middle on A, is not. So I don't know what's going on with that. Now I got my foot pedal right underneath me so I can show you how it runs. And it's running. I mean, she said it sounds better than when she had it. And I said, well, maybe it needed a checkup. I don't know. She said she got it at Christmas time for her granddaughter, and then she thought she could use it to mend something, and it didn't work out that way. Something went wrong. Maybe her granddaughter did something to it. We don't know. Anything could happen. But anyway, this is it. Right here, we just got done stitching this, okay? And then you follow back, and it's stitching fine in the back. Okay, because I got white on the back, gray in the front. And then if you want to reverse something, you hit the reverse button right here, like that, and it will reverse without hurting the machine. So the needle is placing right, but the only bad thing is when you want to go back to the middle, it won't go. And it could go back, because he said that if she keeps using it and she puts it back to like A, we'll put it back to A, like that, it might eventually go back to the center. But it still works here. It's just not in the center. It's supposed to be in the center with A, and it's not. It's supposed to be between this section here, and it's off to the side. So he said there's nothing you can do to straighten that out. So that's the best I could do from my end. But she can still use it as your straight stitches here, your zigzag, and up to C. But when you go to like D, E, and F, that's when you have issues, because that needle has to be able to make and clear the side, and it doesn't. It hits the foot. So unless she stays on the smaller end, like 2 and 1, then it'll work fine. But if she tries to go up higher, between 2 and 3 or 3 and 4, it'll hit that side, and I don't know why. And he said had something jarred it and caused it to do that. So. And there's really no way of adjusting that to be perfect. So I said, great. So, I have it adjusted correctly. I showed him pictures of how I adjusted it. He said, that looks exactly dead on. So it should be fine, but for some apparent reason, it doesn't want to be fine. I don't know what is going on with that. But she thought the thread was caught down here. It actually was in the uptake. This uptake had a whole bunch of thread wrapped around it. I sent her a picture. For the life of me, I have no idea. I had a whole bunch right here. I must have picked it up without thinking and threw it away. And a really cool thing about this sewing machine, which a lot of them don't have, is a troubleshooter. It says Happy Sewing. This is your troubleshooter. Next time you have problems, go to troubleshooter. See? Ready, set up, troubleshooting tips. If you have issues and can't get it to do what it's supposed to do, it'll teach you by reading it. Pictures don't show much, but reading it will. Oh, just a second. I got to get a drink of water. I'm going to start coughing. My throat just got dry real suddenly. Just hold on for a minute. Oh, boy. I hate that. I'm trying to not to use the chewing gum or the throat lozenges anymore. I'm trying to use water to help me. Anyway, and it gives you ready, set troubleshooter tips about threading your bobbin. And how to get your thread bringing up through. Tips on how to make sure that your stitching is correct and your tension. So that's one really cool thing about having the troubleshooters, top tips and stuff. So you always know what's going on with your sewing machine. I mean, that's great. I mean, it's nice to have the manual. She has the manual here. It gives you a little bit more information how to set up your stitches and stuff like that and that kind of stuff. But, it has different things in it. But your troubleshooters is what you really need. So keep this and this together. I guess this is the warranty, the limited warranty, and a couple other little doodads, stickers they gave them. But this is your information that you need to keep with the machine. Put it in your plastic bag, keep it close to the machine. So if you're having problems, you can go back to that instead of trying to. Now, if it does making clicking noises or clattering noises, stop right there and give me a call. Or, find your local person that works on it and have them take it apart and look at it. Because it could be something that fell off and it won't run right. And that person can come in and fix that or reset it for you, okay? And it won't cost very much to do it for an hour. But if it's going to be more than an hour, like take it all apart or it all fall apart. And then it took me a while to reset each dial and the reverse and getting everything to line up. So it works now. But I'm happy, and I would love to hear from you guys. If you have a kitty cat sewing machine, I'd love to hear from you from the Janome company. I wonder if they have dogs. Anyway, but I'd love to hear from y'all to see what's going on, to see what you've been up to, and what kind of machine you have, or a Janome of some kind of sewing machine, because I have lots of Janomes that come in, and I try to help them out to the best of my ability. And since I know how a sewing machine works, and I know how it's supposed to work, I know how to get these things, pulled apart and put back together, figure out what's worn out, what needs to be replaced. So now, if you end up having a facial issue, like facial, guarantee I cannot find you those parts unless you find one just like it to have the same facial part that I can change out. But other than that, especially this one because it's so unique, they're really hard to find, the ones that print out. So you're basically going to end up having plain parts if you did find one. And make sure you turn your machine off. Unplug it when you're not using it. When you take your thread out, you make sure this thing's pushed down so it doesn't break off. And you're good to go. Make sure if you're going to go for a little trip or travel, take your manual and your troubleshooters with you so you don't go nuts and you can't figure out what's going on with your machine. Other than that, I hope you guys have a blessed day, and I hope you get something out of this little review on the sewing machine. But it's a pretty good sewing machine. I don't really see an issue with it. Most of the Janome medium size to small sewing machines run perfectly. They're great for children. They enjoy them. They can get a lot of use out of them. Anyway, have a blessed day. Bye-bye.